Hi everybody, I'm back again for another video. I wanted to do a story time today. I want to sort of alternate between maybe some teaching videos, some coaching videos, and just some story time videos. I do a lot of stupid things. So I wanted to do a story time about this one time where I'd gone out for dinner and I wasn't really used to, I think, the rainy season here in this country. Because I just thought, rain is rain, so how bad can it be? See, it was going to rain, but I don't know. Went for dinner with a friend, had a nice dinner, came out after, and just sort of at that moment, it just started to pour like I'd never seen before. And I kind of stood there in fascination as the water just starts rushing down the street. And my friend at this point said, I think I'm going to go back to the restaurant and wait it out. And I said, I'm just going to jump the bus and, how hard can it be? One thing I didn't really factor in is this was a place that I'd only been at for a month, about a month, I would say, maybe not even. And it was kind of in a weird location, kind of hard to get to. Like some buses kind of came in from different directions, and it often confused me. I didn't really think about that. So I get on the bus, and we're making our way there, and it's quite a ways. And at some point, buses are starting to pull over. My bus driver opened the door, and I was sitting right in the front seat, so I can kind of look down, and the water was pretty much at the first step. And I thought, is he gonna pull over or what? What's gonna happen here? But no, he just kept going, and he didn't seem to have any trouble. I didn't know at what point the bus was gonna just die in the middle of the road. We would be swept away, but we kind of were close to where I was going, and then I go get off at my stop and pull out my umbrella and take a look around, and I think this doesn't look familiar at all, but this can't be too bad. I mean, it's either I got off one too early, one too late. I don't know. Something wasn't right, but it can't be that bad. It's kind of, I know the way, generally familiar with it. So I'm standing under my umbrella, starting out my phone, because Google Maps, oh man, greatest invention for people with no sense of direction. So I started my phone, and instantly the phone dies. I'm like, crap. Just keep walking straight. And I thought, it'll come to me at some point if I should go right or left. And I'll just maybe try one block that way, and then suddenly it'll be all clear. Walking down the sidewalk, I kind of realized I shouldn't probably be walking on the sidewalk, because at this point the water level was the same as the street. So the biggest thing I was afraid of was at some point falling off the sidewalk. So I went to the middle of the road and had my nice long skirt, so I'm holding my skirt up and starting to walk down the road when my shoe breaks. And take my shoes off, holding up my skirt because I'm not going to get my skirt wet, which didn't seem to make any sense because tropical rain is sort of not like rain in Canada. It was just coming from every direction, and I was pretty much soaked. But I'm walking down the road, still pretty optimistic that it would just occur to me which way I should go. I think one of the things I was most worried about was kind of stepping on something too, because there's like a lot of garbage and branches and stuff really starting to flow. After walking a couple blocks right, then back, a couple blocks left, and keep further walking. I'm like, I'm lost. By this time, nothing looks familiar. So I just keep walking. It's probably close to an hour by now, hopelessly lost. And there in the distance is a taxi. And I'm like, hallelujah, I've been saved. So I get in the taxi and I give him my address. He'd never heard of it before. So I made sure, like, I wrote it down so I was saying it right. And he goes to get out Google Maps when his phone dies. So he's like, no problema. He goes to radio in and asks for some assistance, and the radio dies. So he starts to drive and he sees a lady and he asks her where the street is. She has no idea. So I just kind of spent the rest of the evening just driving around up and down the streets, up and down the streets. And then I get, finally, we come to a street and I'm like, oh my God, this is it. This is it. So I go down the street and I'm at my place. Guy has, first of all, no change. I'm like dumping out my whole purse, trying to pay this guy, which I'm sure I never quite paid him enough because we drove around for a long time. But I looked over and on my step was this enormous toad. This enormous toad. And he just had this grin. And I thought, that toad is mocking me. But anyways, it was all fine. I dried off. I did finally charge my phone, and my friend was like, because now hours had passed by, and he's thinking I've drowned. All these messages are like, where are you? And I didn't tell him for a while that I got lost in sort of full extent. I just said, just detoured a little bit, which technically it was, but I do a lot of stuff like this. Anyways, that was my story time for today. Bye.